on your screens, you can see confirmation that Punk is through. Merciless display there. But this is the game. This is the one that we were telling you all at home to watch, because it's Infiltration versus Momochi coming up. And if Momochi takes this one, then he's going to be in second place. He's going to guarantee his spot in the semifinals. But if Infiltration wins it, then it's going to be Smug.
Yes.
So he can do a favor for Smug in a big way and secure himself a few free drinks at the bar. We're all going to wait and see. But let's break it down, guys. Let's start talking about this matchup. I mean, Infiltration, you know, he had a bit of a shaky start, and then he's kind of grown into the tournament looking good. But Momochi, I mean, I've heard from Z all day that Momochi's he's the stealth pick. He's amazing.
Yeah, this guy Z fighting over there, the bias is incredible.
No, it really is. I mean, I'm overwhelmed by it, you know. And I've worked with Thorin in Counter-Strike, so
yeah,
I've worked with some personalities.
Husbando and waifu over there, and you guys definitely know who the waifu of those two is. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I mean, Momochi, I feel like has played super well all day. He hasn't pulled out any of the secondaries we thought he might pick.
No, instead we've seen Infiltration with all the secondaries.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's been really interesting to watch all day. I feel like Momochi, as the day has gone on, has played so many tough matches back to back to back that he is super ready for this.
Yeah, well, what do you think, Grip?
No, I think the exact same thing. You know, and Infiltration, what I'm curious about, are we going to see a Rashid mirror match? That would be ridiculous, right?
God.
I mean, Momochi hasn't brought it out at all. The entire day, he's been stuck with Ken.
I mean, do you think Momochi's going to go for some sort of curveball here, then?
I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty important match. Obviously, we didn't touch on why top two is so important, but they advance straight to the semifinals while the remaining four go to the quarterfinals.
Right.
So this match, very important for Momochi to take the victory in.
So, predictions?
I think Momochi.
I'm going to go Infiltration.
All right, then. House divided. I'll let you guys commentate on the game. We'll see who's right afterwards.
Yo, is this... No way.
No way.
No way.
Not gonna pick Ryu. Yeah.
Yo, he was practicing it.
Oh man.
He was streaming Ryu just the other day, alongside Akuma as well.
Oh man. So first of all, you're confirmed Infiltration stream monster, like the rest of us. Second of
all,
all,
look at this.
the Rashido. Okay, that makes way more sense. Yeah, I think Rashid fights Ken super well. And I think that this is a good choice. But yeah, I mean, this match determines so much. As we mentioned, if Momochi wins, his score is tied with Smug, but he beats Smug head-to-head.
Right.
So he will gain that second place.
And that's how the tiebreaker is determined.
Right. If instead Infiltration wins, he is also tied with Smug, but Smug beat him.
Right.
So Smug will get that second place. So you know Smug is backstage cheering for Infiltration with all of his heart, both eyes on separate screens. And yeah, it's got to be crazy out there for sure.
Oh man, starting things off, Infiltration with the early corner control. Nice heavy mixer.
Yeah, it's one of the best NCRs this season. They buffed the hitbox on it a little bit. It's very, very good. And this matchup, the ground game is brutal. It's super hard for Ken to deal with Rashid's ground game. And also that crouching fierce from Rashid that you just saw there into the tornado. He used to be able to interrupt it with a light Tatsu. He can't do it anymore.
Interesting.
So you just got to sit there and either EX Tatsu or EX uppercut, excuse me, or just deal with it. Life is really hard.
Nice chase there on the back dash, and he's going to make him pay for it. Doesn't get the juggle at the end. Overhead is blocked.
And punish very well. You see Momochi with the activation, and we'll see what the setup is afterwards. Just plays it slow as we'd be expecting an EX mixer from Infiltration.
Yeah, wake up light kick instead. The 3-frame kick there from Infiltration.
Yeah, interesting choice. And now Momochi, you see slow and steady. He just needs about 2 hits to close this out. If he gets a big jump in or something, the mix.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Momochi just a pixel left.
We've seen that this is the moment where Momochi looks for those hit confirms and those whip punishes that he needs. And Infiltration trying to keep himself mobile, trying to throw off Momochi's spacing, as you can see. He's really moving around, being super active.
Oh my god!
Man.
So risky.
That is the Infiltration lifestyle.
Time becoming a factor. Now just 14 seconds to go here in this first round. No anti-air from Infiltration. V-reversals his way out of there. 10 seconds now.
And Momochi, he's got to play fast now. There's not enough time on the clock for him to play this slow.
Oh my gosh, he's got corner control.
Oh, did you see him sticking out short? He was like, oh man, you're definitely going to get clipped by one.
And with 4 seconds left, Infiltration gets the first round. Smug smiling backstage.
Yeah. Eye to eye. Gotta be careful now, though. It's such a dangerous spot now for Momochi in this neutral game. As he walks forward, he just has to deal with that button. And every time he blocks it, he eats a bunch of gray damage. You know, and if he cancels in a tornado, there's a chip on there, so that starts to add up. A little pressure from Infiltration. You see that Momochi's lost a lot of damage just off that gray damage chip.
Yeah, all these crouching fierces really adding up. And again, Infiltration being really patient. I think he's aware of Momochi's playstyle and just trying to stay back. Just chip at him bit by bit.
Big jump. Yeah, and he's got a lead now, and that's what adds up. He plays that slow game, and as soon as he gets this big lead now, you add that slow game on there, it's going to force Momochi into action.
Is that a punish?
Interesting. Yeah,
No.
that's definitely not a punish. Not sure what Momochi was looking for. Maybe a cancel and a tornado or something.
Could be.
But a big miss for him, and this looks like it could spell the end of the game with the loss of resources. It's going to be very hard for him to bring it back.
Well, it's not over just yet. He's just one bar away from getting that V trigger. Oh boy.
The EX, the juggle with Infiltration with a huge lead. Oh, and the throw bait with the standing heavy kick. He is in the air. So you cannot throw attack that. And Infiltration with the first game, you know, is a super tough matchup for Ken. He's really got to battle the whole time on the ground. And I got to wonder if Momochi, he gave him the big thumbs up. You see that? He's like, all right, let me handle this.
He's not going to run the Rashid mirror.
Yeah, or even go to the Bison pick or anything else that he tried. You know, Momochi is in a good enough spot that he will advance. It's just whether he makes it into the quarters or the semis.
Right, and that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you make it to the semis, you're guaranteed to be on TV.
Exactly.
It's pretty nice.
And you're also closer to the bigger prize pool.
Yeah, you got to get them esports dollars. Big hit confirm on that back medium punch.
Immediate counter confirm. Nice stuff.
No hit confirm on that. Oh, did you see the range? Momochi stood right outside of that punish. But no, he missed it. He thought it was going to go behind. So we get that back medium punch, but it stayed in front. And Momochi now controlling so much better. Double uppercut, back throw to build the maximum amount of meter.
You know it.
See in the bottom right. Momochi, very clean, clinical game.
Yeah, a lot of crouching strong that round. A lot of crouching strong paid off for him there.
Yeah, it's a big button, and you got to hit it because, you know, it's one of your furthest range normals.
Trying to confirm there on block. Wow, great stuff. Through the wind shot.
Yeah, it gets right through, and that's an important part about this match. Although you spend resources as Momochi to do it, which, you mean, you lose stuff like EX Tatsu and your confirms for corner carry, so there is a sacrifice to doing it. Okay, there's that EX Tatsu.
And Momochi's still in control right now. Got a solid 30-40% lead. Infiltration, though, all the resources, got to start using some of it.
Oh, the whip punish! That was so sick.
That was beautiful.
He's in such a good spot now. Oh, and the wake up, and then EX, the classic. Somewhere Bushin style is grinning ear to ear. Oh, no hit confirm on either of those from Momochi. A couple of misses, and there's the whip punish. About as good a spacing as you can have.
Yeah, that is some vintage Momochi right there.
So one apiece. Oh, Infiltration already shooting him the thumbs up out of the side. It was like a spaghetti western. He shot it right there.
And here we go. Finally, unless you want to... No, right back in. There we go. Final game, Infiltration Momochi.
Yeah, it's really close, actually. And, you know, you got to be so... Oh, that hit confirm, man. You got to be so worried if you're Infiltration because the way Momochi slowed it down, I feel like Infil's got to recover, right?
I feel like
this is so tough.
He's got all the momentum. Here comes the throw with light kick again. Yep. Another one.
Many of them. Back throw will stun.
Another one? Oh, he baited that one.
Yeah, and I wonder if Infiltration was waking up crouching medium kick the whole time. He was just like, all right, look, I'm gonna get there eventually.
I'm committed.
Oh, with a big jump over, no anti-air from Infiltration, and like hit and run is a cool style, but when you're down like 70%, it doesn't work as well.
No.
Punish.
Fantastic punish.
Yeah, this is a bad spot for Infiltration. Huge lead, and I think his style does not lend itself to these types of comebacks very well. So he's got to be concerned about it. A little bit of damage there, but not too much, and Infiltration's got to find a way to kind of crack Momochi here.
He got a little bit of gray there, and again, the big EX DP through the wind shot. And it's going to be set point for Momochi now. And Infiltration, he's got a lot of resources, but he hasn't really been using them.
Right, I feel like he hasn't really canceled into that EX Tornado. He can do it now since Momochi has no meter to interrupt. Crouching Fierce and EX Tornado is a good option, but as soon as he builds that bar, you know, Momochi can get right through. See, that's when it gets dangerous. He has the EX Uppercut of it. Oh, do you see him standing right outside the Crouching Fierce? He's trying to whip punish it, and that's all Momochi is looking for. If you know that is Infiltration, that's your time to jump in and go for something else. Couple of wind shots to gain space, but none of this is damaging. I feel like that's the big problem Infiltration has had so far. Punish.
Oh yeah, Momochi ready for it. And here comes the throw loops in the corner again.
Oh, Momochi played it slow. He was looking for an uppercut maybe or something like that.
Yeah, Infiltration actually the throw option select, but look out for stun.
Gotta be so careful here if you're Infiltration. He's on the verge, losing his spot, and chance in the semis. And that's gonna do it. Momochi moves on to the semis, and you see the elation. He leans back like, yes. I got it. Backstage, he was calculating, like, all right, how do I make it into the semis here? How do I get past the group stages? And after that kind of performance you don't expect him to have at South by Southwest, where he didn't look as clean and as consistent as he usually does, to have this performance here, that was super impressive.
Yeah, but to be fair, at South by Southwest, he's also experimenting with all those other characters, the Bisons and the Rashids.
Yeah.
Or, maybe he was just hiding his catch.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right?
My thought process, Momochi is a smart guy. My thought process is this. He wasn't planning to play those Bisons or those Rashidos or anything crazy like that. He was like, I'm playing my man.
Yeah.
Ken Masters, and you guys are going to get baited at South by Southwest. I'm going to come to E-League, get some of that esports dollars, go back to Choco, buy us a 3-story mansion in Tokyo, and call it a day. Like, I feel like that's the plan.
He was planting those inception seeds, like, oh, you guys ready for this Bison? It's coming, I promise.
Yeah, he's like, I have the sickest Bison. I have a student, he plays Bison. I've been learning from him. It's going to be dope. The whole time in the back of his head, he's like, these silly gaijin don't understand that I'm going to play Ken the whole time. You really think I'm going to switch it up? And that's what he did. So that was really impressive to him. Infiltration, I feel like his play style, you can see the thought process, but you can't see the damage. And I think that that's really the issue, right? Is that his play style is, if you get frustrated, if you crack, you'll start to run in, and you'll be like, I'm going to hit this guy.
Right.
But Momochi's just like,
and the thing was, he built such a big lead each time.
Yeah.
And then he just had to sit back. He's like, what are you going to do now?
Yeah, and then he goes for that crouching fierce, and then Momochi's like, whoa. And then he whip punishes it. He stays out of range every single time. His spacing is so excellent.
Right. So, enough of us talking about Momochi. Let's go get the word from him directly. We've got Malik standing by with an interview with Momochi.
Thank you, guys. Momochi, you are moving on to the semifinals, and you will be playing on TBS. I got to know, how you feeling about that?
次の大会の出場を獲得してどう思いますか？
すごく嬉しいですね。下位2人になる可能性も全然あったので、すごい嬉しいです。
I'm really happy that I'm able to move on and the possibility of being able to play on TV.
Excellent. All right, so earlier today, you mentioned that you felt Smug was one of the players that you were most fearing, but you were able to come out victorious against him. Tell me how you felt after that match was over and you saw that you claimed victory.
スマックとこの戦いの後の感想をお願いします。
そうですね。スマックはスト5で初めて対戦するんですけど、スト4の時はすごく負けてる人だったので、今日勝てて勢いに乗れました。
Originally in Street Fighter 4, I was losing to Smug, but being able to beat him in Street Fighter 5 was a really good feeling.
Yeah, man, you had a nasty Dudley in Street Fighter 4. All right, so next question, last question. Now that you're moving on to the semifinals, what are you going to do to celebrate?
優勝してからのどういうセレブレーションやりますか？
優勝はそうですね。まだちょっと優勝考えるの早いかなとは思うんですけど、優勝したらチョコがすごい喜んでくれると思うんで、頑張って勝ちたいと思います。
I think it's too early to celebrate for winning the whole tournament yet, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I think by winning it, Choco will be really happy about it.
Attitude of a champion. Excellent, man. Well, congratulations on moving on. And on that note, we're going to send it back to the desk. Take it away, guys.
Well. The old saying, happy waifu, happy life.